Hello and good afternoon. Welcome once again to Better Than Before Live Online. I'm Dave Edelstein, your Better Than Before host, to talk about all things to do with mindfulness, communication, relating, getting along, and making your way through life. Um, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about how often we miss our own value. Hi, Stever. Um, Lately, I've been getting quite a bit, relatively speaking, quite a bit of feedback that people are really getting something out of the questions that I post every morning. Um, these things come out of my head. They're probably incubating all night long as I lie awake, staring into the darkness in my usual state of semi-insomnia. Hi, Bruce, Gary. Hola, segundo. Um, and lately people are saying, geez, Dave, those questions really inspire some thought. They really take some thinking about, and the responses that people give to them have real value for me. And I'm going to make a confession here. This was not an original idea of mine, obviously, to start posting this kind of thing on Facebook. It was recommended to me by more than one marketing specialist. Um, uh, and of course, one of my purposes here is to promote the idea that if someone needs help in their communication skills or in their relationship skills or just sorting some stuff out in life, that I'm here to help with that. I'm not a psychotherapist. I'm a coach, and I'm here just to be a human being for you. But the idea that the questions are helpful, makes me think, well, gee, maybe there was something in being a philosophy major 40 years ago, uh, because philosophy really is about asking questions and what constitutes a well thought out question, or a question that is answerable, a fair question, um, and what constitutes a reasonable, well thought out, defensible answer to such a question. So, the questions have been a lot of fun because it's been sort of communitarian. We get in there every day and I put these questions up, and perhaps as many as 15 or 20 people will express themselves. And it feels very homey. It feels very friendly. It feels a little bit like maybe what Facebook posts are for, getting people involved and talking to each other. And oh my God, is it really connection? It might just be that I didn't know. I didn't imagine that by posting the kinds of questions that I do, that I might be creating connection that would be meaningful for my Facebook friends. But it is. And it brings together people largely who I did not know before I launched into this promotional effort. I've definitely turned the marketing thing back a bit, but I hope that I will never stop putting these questions up because they create something valuable to me, and apparently to others. And that's what it's all about. So often we start doing things and we have no idea of what the effect will be, or the effect is something different than what we thought it would be. Maybe better, maybe worse. We don't know when we start out. So many things that we start out doing, yeah, do, Steve, or question everything. Because when you start out doing something, you don't know what it's going to be. You may think, well, I'm doing this to build, I don't know, I'm out here hammering away to build a house. And instead, what comes out is a boat. Maybe that's what happened to Noah and his ark. We start doing things, we don't know what's going to happen. And it's possible that the effects will be so far beyond, so much better, so much different from what we thought. And if we can go with that, it's really life enhancing. These videos, I thought these videos in a lot of ways were going to provide, I don't know, more, I don't know if I thought they'd provide more controversy, but I thought that this was a way that I would really get my personality out in front of people. And maybe it is, but it turns out that those questions seem to actually represent me better and seem to give more to people than these videos, which I dig in, I spend 5 or 10 minutes here. I thought that these would be the big source of value to the public. They're not. The questions are. Who knew? I never imagined that. And I'm okay with that. It's fine. I'm just here trying to find ways to help us all through this thing we call life. And whatever way is helpful to you, I'm just so glad that I could help you in any way at all. It's all very remote. It's all a little bit virtual. I was a classroom teacher. I'm used to working with people face to face. And let's say medium-sized groups, 20 people at a time, sometimes less, sometimes more. But I'm used to having that face-to-face, direct eye contact feedback. Doing this here, where I'm on video, where I am, in that sense, not real. I'm a talking head. Look, you can only see my head. You can't see me doing the kind of pacing, moving around the classroom thing that I did for 20 years. I didn't have a desk in my classroom. I always gave my classes standing up so that I could move around and be mobile and be close to each student at a given moment. And here I am, in many cases, thousands of miles or kilometers away from wherever you are, and here we are in contact of a different kind. And Stever says life is dynamic. So even when you think you know it all changes, and it's true. I mean, from minute to minute, from moment to moment, we don't know what impact we're having, and that's worth thinking about. You're doing your thing, you're doing your regular thing, you're at work or you're with your family. Hi, Kevin. And you're just doing your thing and you think, I'm just doing my thing. The thing you're doing may have really unexpected consequences, especially if you put your heart into it, especially if you're doing it out of a sense of trying to connect with others and trying to add some small value to their lives. So yeah, I'd just like to express my surprise and gratitude at the Facebook friends' reaction to the questions. The questions will keep coming. I hope to maintain the standard. I probably won't hit a home run every day, but those days that seem to get 15, 20 people on, putting their 2 cents in, then I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing here on Facebook, exciting a little bit of comment, getting us all to think a little bit. And of course, your comments and answers are tremendously enlightening to me. And I want to thank you for all of those answers and ideas. I do try to comment back at least something to everyone. Sometimes we have a little conversation. And it certainly adds to my life. It does make things more interesting and forces me to perhaps do a little bit more thinking than I would just do in the run-of-the-mill course of things. So yeah, let's be philosophers in the marketplace together and examine life from a bunch of different angles. And I hope I'll continue to um, stimulate some thought and add some little thing to your day every day. Thanks so much for being here. And like and share this if you liked it. And I'll see you again tomorrow, and we'll do it all over again. I think tomorrow I'm going to talk a little bit about how we communicate about money. Money is like the dynamite of conversations. Let's see what I can come up with in talking about money conversations tomorrow. See you then. Thanks for tuning in. Bye now.